Dear students, today we discuss the remaining part of polynomial chapter of class 9. Today we discuss the exercise 2.2. So today we specially discuss about zeros of polynomial and value of a polynomial with respect to some number. Hope all you are okay. So let me take a polynomial x squared plus twice x plus 5. You have to know these polynomials, as you have a name, polynomials can also be given a name. Since the variable here, variable is x, so we can call this polynomial px. That means we can write px is equal x squared plus twice x plus 5. Okay? Now I discuss how we find the value of this polynomial with respect to any number. Number may be integer, may be natural, may be rational. Okay? So first, suppose we need the value of this polynomial if x is equal 1. So what we do? We replace here x by, so for this we replace x here by 1. That means you see x squared, we write 1 squared because x is equal what? 1 plus 2x. 2x means what? 2 into x, so we put 2 into 1 plus 5. So what we get? 1 square means 1, 2 into 1, 2 plus 5. That means 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 5, 8. That means here, if x is equal 1, the value of this polynomial is what? Value of this polynomial is 8. Suppose we take another example. Suppose this is a polynomial, but here variable is what? Variable is y. So we can call this py or py, etc. That means if variable with y, inside the bracket we write y, and if variable is x, inside the bracket we write x. This polynomial can also be called tx, rx. Okay. Now we discuss about the zeros of polynomial. Zeros of polynomial means what? Suppose I take a polynomial x plus 5. Here variable is what? Variable is x and 5 is constant. This is a linear polynomial because degree is 1. So 0 is nothing but a value of this variable for which this expression becomes 0. So suppose we put here instead of x we put here 1. So 1 plus 5 is equal what? 6. So this is not equal to 0. That means x is equal 1 is not a 0 of this polynomial. Now see, if we put x is equal minus 5 in this expression, then what we get? X is equal minus 5 plus minus 5, this is equal 0. That means we have, if x is equal minus 5, this polynomial becomes 0. That means x is equal minus 5 is the 0 of this polynomial. Okay? Now we discuss how we find the 0 of this polynomial. Suppose you are given a polynomial px is equal what? Cx plus d. You have to find the 0 of this polynomial. Okay? So what we do? 0 means what? 0 means value of variable for which this polynomial it becomes 0. So first we take px is equal 0. Let we can write if px is equal 0. Px means what? Px means cx plus d. This is equal 0. So we get what? Cx plus d. If we transfer d to right side, we can get, if we transfer d to right side, we get minus d. Okay? And c is multiplied with x. So what? If we move c to right side from left side, this will be what? Minus d by c. That means x is equal minus d by c is the 0 of this polynomial. Now we verify, is it yes or no? C x means what? Minus d by c plus d. We can cut c, that means minus d plus d. That means what? 0. That means we have for x is equal minus d by c, this polynomial becomes 0. So minus d by c is the 0 of this polynomial. That's the exercise 2.2. Okay. In example, what is given? Find the value of 5x minus 4x square plus 3 with respect to x is equal 0, x is equal minus 1, x is equal 2. That means for this we have to put, if we find the value of this polynomial with respect to 0, we have to replace x by 0. So first is equal 0, we get x is equal 0, 5x minus 4x square plus 3 is equal to 5 into x is replaced by 0 minus 4 x square, that means 0 square plus 3. So we know 5 into 0, 0, 4 into 0, 0. So 0 minus 0 plus 3. That means 3. That means we have x for x is equal 0. The value of this polynomial is 3. Now in example 2, see here what is given. We have to find the value of this polynomial with respect to x is equal minus 1. See, if x is equal minus 1, we get what? We have to replace x by minus 1. You know, 5x means what? 5 into x. Minus 4x square means what? 4 into x square plus 3. So now we replace x by minus 1. See, 5x, 5 into x means what? Minus 1. Okay? Minus 4x square. X means what? Minus 1 square plus 3. Now see, plus into minus, minus 5 into 1, 5. Okay? Minus 4. What is the value now? What is the value of minus 1 square? See, minus 1 square means what? Minus 1 into minus 1. Minus into minus plus 1 into 1, 1. So we get minus 1 square means 1 plus 3. Minus 5, minus plus, minus into plus minus, 4 ones are 4 plus 3. Now minus 5 minus 4, that means minus 9 plus 3. Here 9 is to pay and 3 in our hand. So we get minus 6. That means for x is equal minus 1, the value of this polynomial is what? Minus 6. Okay? Now in example 2, what is given? We have to find P0, P1, P2, each of the following polynomials. Here we discuss 2 examples. One is for your homework. Okay? So now see, first we see Py is, in example 1, what is given? Py is equal y square minus y plus 1. We need what? P0. That means if we replace y by 0, then we get P0. Okay? So fine. So P0 means what? In example 1, P0 means what? We replace y by 0. So what we get? Y square, that means 0 square minus 0 plus 1. That means 1. Okay? Now find P1. Now we replace y by 1. So 1 square minus 1 minus y, that means minus 1 plus 1. Now minus 1 plus 1 we can cancel. So we get P1 is equal what? 1. Now you find P2. P2 means what? We replace y by 2. See here, y square, that means 2 square minus 2 plus 1. That means 2 square means what? 2 into 2. That means 4 minus 2 plus 1. That means 4 plus 1, 5 minus 2. That means 3. Okay? I discuss the example 2. Pt equal 2 plus t plus 2t square minus t cube. Notice here, since the variable is t, so the name of the polynomial is pt. Okay? Now we need what? P0, P1, P2. That means here we replace t by 0, t by 1, t by 2. So first p0 means what? P0 means what? 2 plus t means 0, 2, t square means 2, 0 square minus 0 cube. So what we get? 2 plus 0 plus 0 minus 0, that means 2. So first value is what? First value is 2. That means with respect to 0, the value of the polynomial is what? 2. Now you see P1. P1 means what? We replace t by 1. So we put 1 in place of t. So 2 plus 1 plus 2 into t square, that means 1 square minus 1 cube. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 1 square means what? 1 into 1, that means 1 minus 1. 1 cube means what? 1. 3 plus 2 minus 1, that means 3 plus 2, 5, 5 minus 1, 4. Okay? Similarly, you can find the value of P2. You replace here t by 2. Okay? Now I discuss the example 4. So in example 4, what is given? Px is equal x minus 1 into x plus 1. We need P0, P1 and P2. Okay? Now we need P0 means what? In place of x, we put here 0. So x minus 1, that means 0 minus 1. X plus 1, that means 0 plus 1. X is replaced by 0. So 0 minus 1 means what? Minus 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. So minus plus, minus into plus, minus 1 into 1, 1. Okay? Now you need what? P1. P1 means what? We replace x by 1. So we write 1 minus 1, 1 plus 1. That means 1 minus 1, 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 0 into 2 is what? 0. Because any number, if we multiply with 0, the result is what? The result is 0. Okay? Now we need P2. P2 means what? That means we replace x by 2. So put here 2 minus 1, 2 plus 1. That means we put 2 in place of x. Okay? So 2 minus 1 means what? 1. 2 plus 1 equal 3. So 1 into 3, 3. That now I discuss the example 3. What is given? Verify whether the following are zeros of the polynomial indicated against value of x. Now see, 0 means what? 0 means value of variable for which the whole polynomial becomes 0. So to be 0, if we put x is equal minus 1 by 3 here, this polynomial must be equal to 0. So see here, in first example, what is given? Px is equal what? 3x plus 1, and we have to verify whether x is equal minus 1 by 3 is a 0 of this polynomial. Okay? So this is a linear polynomial. So remember, linear polynomials have only 1 0, quadratic polynomials have 2 zeros, and cubic polynomials have 3 zeros. Okay? Now see, if we put x is equal minus 1 by 3, what is the result? So given Px is equal what? 3x plus 1. If x is equal minus 1 by 3, we have p minus 1 by 3. That means we replace x by minus 1 by 3. What we get? 3x, x means minus 1 by 3 plus 1. 3 cancel, minus 1 plus 1. Now we can cancel minus 1 plus 1. So this is equal 0. We see here what? If we put x is equal minus 1 by 3, the polynomial becomes 0. So by definition, x is equal minus 1 by 3 is a 0 of this polynomial. Okay? Now we can write since p minus 1 by 3 is equal 0. So x is equal minus 1 by 3 is a 0 of this of the given polynomial. Okay? Okay. Given polynomial. Okay. So in example 2, what is given? Px is equal 5x minus 5. Okay? See, here variable is what? X. See, here variable is what? Variable is x. So polynomial is identified by Px. Okay? And value is what? 4 by 5. Now to verify, we have to put x is equal 4 by 5 here. Okay? See what we have? P4 by 5. What we get? 5x into 4 by 5 minus 5. So we can cancel 5. So we get 4 minus 5. So we see for 4 by 5, this polynomial does not equal to 0. So by definition, x is equal 4 by 5 cannot be a 0 of this polynomial. Okay? So you write x is equal 4 by 5 is not a 0 of this polynomial. Okay? So you write x is equal 4 by 5 is not a 0 of this polynomial. Okay? You try the remaining examples as homework. Okay? Now in example 4, what is given? Find the zeros of each of the following polynomials. So first, what is given? Px is equal x plus 5. We write if Px is equal 0, then what we get? X plus 5 is equal 0. So here why we write Px is equal 0? Because 0 is what? 0 is the value of variable for which the polynomial becomes 0. Okay? So we get what? X is equal minus 5. So 0 of this polynomial is what? X is equal minus 5. Now see this example 4. Px is equal what? 3x plus 2. Right? If Px is equal 0, what we get? Px means what? Px means 3x plus 2. So 3x plus 2 is equal 0. So 3x is equal what? Plus 2. If we move here to right side, we get minus 2. That means x is equal what? 3 is multiplied with x. If we move to right side, we get minus 2 by 3. Okay? So minus 2 by 3 is the 0 of this polynomial. Now see the example 7. What is given here? Px is equal ex. Right? If Px is equal 0, we get Px means what? Ax. Ax is equal 0. But what is given? A not is equal 0. So we get x is equal 0. Okay? So hope you find the video helpful. If you find the video helpful, please subscribe my channel and comment. Okay? Bye bye.